Well, the great reset has happened, and it is a 2-round sprint to the finish here at the 2023 Disc Golf Pro Tour Championship, brought to you by Barbasol. It is Saturday morning here in Charlotte, North Carolina, a rainy, gloomy day. It's Tournament Central time. Brian Earhart, Nate Perkins. Nate, we were just talking about this format. I don't think I've ever felt so much tension and stress as a spectator halfway through a tournament. What do you think of it?
Yeah, I mean, this format really provided a lot of drama, probably the most I've ever experienced being a part of these broadcasts. And now that things have reset, the players are going to have to put all that behind them, because now it's more like a normal tournament, but there's just more at stake, and there's less holes than a normal tournament. So they just have 36 holes left. They've reset, of course, the scores go back to even. And the way that they're seated on the cards is not by their scores from the first 2 rounds. It's actually by their seeding from the play all season long. So Kat Mertsch is going to bump up to that lead card, we'll call it, because Ella and Holland aren't there. So while Kat was more like the 7th or 8th seed, she's going to make it onto that lead card. And just 8 women, Brian. It's crazy to think that you just have to beat 7 other people to take home 40 grand.
Well, you're beating 7 other people that played better than everybody else throughout the entire Disc Golf Pro Tour season. I mean, I think the format proved itself. I think the fact is, yes, you get those stroke advantages, but you still have to earn your spot in the finals. And those stroke advantages are huge, Nate. I mean, like we said, it's tree kick insurance, and out here at Nevin, you need a lot of it. But with that said, Kat Mertsch is up on that lead card, joining Kristen Tatar, who in the presser, she said she's ready to take down. But Kristen looks solid. She shot 1 under par both days. She has mentioned that she's going to have to shoot better. Nate, you saw her practicing last night.
Yeah, I saw her practicing at, 7 p.m. when we're rolling out of here with her daughter and Silver. And she was over there on hole 11 practicing forehands. I think she might switch up her game plan. That hole's been given FPO field quite a lot of trouble. The one down the hill on the elevated basket with the Mando on the left, she might play the safe forehand there. 1 down, I don't think is going to cut it, Brian. I mean, especially after seeing what Own did to the course yesterday. She finished at 5 down, bogey free, has the remote control on her Frisbees right now. If she can hold on to that remote and it's got batteries in it, I mean, she's going to be looking great. 1 down just is not going to net you the victory here.
Well, and I love that Kristen's working on potentially switching up the forehand or backhand decision-making off the tee. I think it's easy to walk through this course and say, oh, this is the optimal shape to pierce the fairway off the tee. But that never happens out here. It feels like maybe 2 or 3 shots can feel perfect out here. The rest is just dealing with the cards that you've been dealt. And the fact is, who cares about the optimal line? What is comfortable? What's going to get you out the gap? What's going to get you up the fairway in a spot where you feel comfortable scrambling? Playing your misses too, just understanding that even if you throw a great shot, you might be on a bad side of a fairway. What would you rather have, a stretch out backhand or a stretch out forehand? So I think Kristen is right to say that she's kind of switching things up. She said that's kind of the only strategy she's implementing out here. But we did talk to her after a 1 under again yesterday that got her into the finals. Let's take a listen.
I had some trouble off the tee in the middle of the round, and I mean, it's always a little bit troubling or alarming, because the strokes, they tend to pile up when you make a mistake in the woods. But I fought through. Fortunately, I got really good birdies on 16 and 17, and then I had just a huge sigh of relief, like, whew, I did it.
Scores reset. Everybody starts at even. The final 8 players are here. Are you going to have to shoot better than 1 under for 2 rounds to take the victory down?
I think so, yeah. I think it has to be a lot cleaner than it was today, yeah.
Well, Nate, Kristen right there said it herself. 1 under each round is not going to be enough to take down the title. Shooting under here is not easy. That's prime real estate.
Yep.
And Missy shot a great round the first day, 2 under par, but then went over par in day 2. That's not going to cut it either. I don't think the winner is going to shoot over on either of these rounds. What is Missy going to have to change up?
It's interesting, Brian. Yesterday, Missy didn't really have a lot to play for. She was so many strokes ahead of that cut line that I almost have to wonder if she took her foot off the gas and just kind of, maybe played for the single bogey on a few holes to just secure her spot, and also maybe tried a few new things out there. So yesterday's 4 over par is actually, it's hard to know how much that was the real Missy, the Missy that we're going to see today when everything is on the line. Because yesterday she didn't have that much on the line because she played so well all season, because she shot under par, shot that 2 under at the opening round. She gave herself all that cushion and just didn't have a lot of stress. This shot though, Brian, this thrasher down the hill, gets it to check up just before the creek. That's the par 5 number 6 right there. Beautiful shape. And this is the downhill number 11, the one we were just referencing that Kristen was practicing her forehands on yesterday.
This is the ground play that you need. If you're going driver like she is on 11, you have to land even outside of circle 2. It's a weird hole. You can throw putter all the way up to driver, and all of them are okay. We'll see if she changes up the game plan there, because it does get a little squirrely if you are throwing driver on that one. We're just going to have to see. I'm going to counter and say that, you know what, I think she just had a bad day on the course. I think Missy was trying to play her hardest and got the kicks that Nevin sometimes delivers to people.
Yep.
On the other side of the coin, Owen Scoggins murdered the course yesterday. A clean 5 under par. She just didn't look stressed at all. Her putter has not hit the ground from circle 1 yet. She looks like an animal out there, Nate. She looks totally in control.
Yeah, with that performance yesterday, she has to be the Vegas odds favorite. I'm thinking going into this weekend. Look at that, just stand still, leaning back, tilting way back, and just firing that destroyer nose down. What a shape. Justin on the bag, of course. She's having a grand old time out there. The little flex she's giving us. This is the uphill. Hole number 10. Just enough power.
Yeah, the backhand looks great. I
Yep.
mean, it looks like she is at least dealing with the pain as best she can. 10 and 9 is terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, it is so annoying to deal with, but I feel like once you've dealt with it long enough, Owen knows that she's not going to hurt it anymore. She knows it's just inflammation. She just has to deal with it and move on from there. And I feel like at this point, she's so far up against the wall because of this pain that it might be easier to kind of detach from the pressure of the situation and just focus heavily on what your body is doing and how it's feeling. The thing is, Kristen hasn't shot bogey free. The best she's done is 3 bogeys on a round.
Yep.
Owen just went clean 5 under. So she's laying out the blueprint, but I think she's going to be able to do it if she can keep the stamina. We talked to Owen after her day yesterday. Let's take a listen now. Owen, 5 down clean.
Wow.
The remote control was working out there, huh?
Yes. I was like, beep, 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 the tree. Come on, come on. You see my body language? I was like, woo, woo. Yeah.
So how did it feel out there? I mean, that's a really solid round, and you really didn't make too many mistakes.
No complaint with yesterday. Today was like no OB. I changed some throw today, like some disc. Because when I finished the game yesterday, I was like, you know what? If I just change here and there, it should be better. And it does. It's pay off good today. So. Very, very exciting. I think it's like very fair game for 8 of us, because 8 of us have a chance to win. When you start fresh, I feel like whoever consistent will still gonna be play good. Whoever up and down is gonna be, is because the end of the day, our game gonna show. So that's why I'm very excited for everyone. It can be anybody win this weekend. Jeez, so keep the eye on, lady or gentleman.
Well, she makes a good point. 2 rounds is enough golf to kind of determine who the most consistent player is going to be, and it also is little enough golf to where every shot has so much pressure on it. We're going to feel tension throughout the entire 36 holes of these finals. Owen Scoggins looking to take down that victory. Someone that I feel like we should listen to right now. Kat Mertz played her way into the finals, worked her butt off to get here, and she's thrilled. Let's take a listen to what she had to say after her round that got her into the finals.
Kat Mertz, let's go, girl. You're in.
Yeah.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling stoked. This is the first time I've ever advanced to the finals or whatever in the champ, so I'm proud of myself.
How hard is that course? I mean, how hard is the test? Today was just a wild day of disc golf.
Oh, yeah.
Was there stress coming down the end?
There was some stress, but I think I do pretty well with it, to be honest. I've been in high pressure situations. I know how to handle it. You know, sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. This time it did.
Well, you went par on 17 and 18
Yep.
to make it in, two of the hardest courses here, and you made it in by 2 strokes. Are you checking the scores as you're coming down the stretch, or are you just trying to stay in your lane?
No, I'm trying to stay in my lane. I tend to fall apart when I look at the scores.
Okay.
The scores only matter when everything is done for me.
Yep. Well, are you able to watch some of the action go down? Did you see Stacy just make it in, how emotional she was? Jennifer Allen, a par on 18 to make it in. I mean, this is a wild format.
We're all vibing together. We're all energetically connected. I think tomorrow we're all going to just have fun and try to beat each other at the same time.
Well, what do you think it's going to take to win 40 grand this week?
I think it's going to take a calm attitude and patience.
You know, it's interesting to hear the change in mindset. I remember back when Kat Mertz was at the press conference at Jonesboro when she took down the victory, she said, I'm going to commit to this confidence until I die. And I feel like she's trying to find kind of that counterbalance. How can I maintain this level of confidence and also stay calm when things don't go my way? I think it's a wonderful mindset to carry into this course. I cannot wait to see her attack the finals. I'm interested to see how everyone is attacking the finals. A player who did get into the finals as well that we're going to talk about on the other side of this commercial break is Stacey Ronsley. Can she pull off the Nathan Queen? We'll talk Stacey after the break.
Friendship isn't defined by time spent together,
but rather by moments shared.
Moments that are warm,
exciting,
and new. When you're outfitted for all that's out there.
Even the ordinary becomes extraordinary.
So here's to taking a moment to appreciate every moment, made outside together.
What makes the Halal Guys so deliciously different? You might have heard of our famously long cart lines that NYC fans happily stand in. Today, with over 100 plus restaurants across the globe, we are your place to experience authentic American halal. Enjoy our delicious falafel, Euro sandwich, platters, and sides topped with our famously flavorful white and hot sauces. Order online today and taste how we make different so delicious. The Halal Guys, bringing something deliciously different to the table.
Well, you can watch the Disc Golf Pro Tour Championship and more live pro disc golf coverage here on the Disc Golf Network. Use the code CHAMPTC, all one word, at checkout for 20% off your first month subscription. Scan the QR code or hit the link in the description below to subscribe today and wrap up the 2023 disc golf season. With that, some women who, well, actually, first I want to talk to PDGA's Hayden Henry. Hayden, let's talk about these ladies, actually. What a performance yesterday. One of the most stressful halfway points in any tournament we've ever seen.
Yeah, I can't remember the pressure or this unique pressure felt at any other tournament. You know, it came down to the very wire. Really felt like a championship day out here, but obviously all back to zero, reset. Looking at the numbers, through 2 rounds, Own shot 6 down total, golf-wise, without her scoring advantage. Kristen, Haley, and Missy were 2 under. So Own, the ageless wonder, continues to show that, age is not a number in disc golf. Really good stuff from Allie Smith. 2 years ago, won the amateur world title. Stacey Ronsley, we talked about her. About to hear a great interview from her with Nate. Just incredible stuff. I'm looking forward to the finish.
So talk about the format. Has it delivered on what you were hoping it would deliver on?
Definitely so. I think they have found it. These things take tweaks to figure out the best way to reward those players who have been so great throughout the season, and I think this format delivered.
Well, with that said, the players that did even defy the stroke advantages to make the finals, are now here, and we talked to them after these performances that got them to this wonderful place. Let's take a listen.
Oh, it's amazing. We refresh after 2 rounds. I was just hoping I had one more shot at it. I didn't want this season to be over. I can't believe that I made the finals. I'm top 8. Let's go. I'm so excited. I had a feeling I was doing pretty well. I knew I only taken a few bogeys, and I feel like that's really well at Nevin. But 17 and 18 can take you out at any moment. The tee shot on 17, I actually hit a tree and got lucky and just bounced safe just right after the path. So it was essentially my layup first shot. So I was able to work the hole from there. And then 18, I go OB and I'm feeling a little nervous that I might 10 cup it, but I'm able to throw it in bounds and keep it safe to save a bogey to latch it in. I think any number from a birdie to double digit is possible on these 17, 18. They're great finishing holes for the finale.
You just told us that your flight is already booked for tomorrow that you just found out that you're in this weekend. You got to change your flight. How are you feeling?
Good. I'm just happy to be here. I was so proud to, play most of the season. I skipped a few events earlier in the season with my mom. And so I'm just super excited. And it's been a great year. So.
Wow. So you didn't know at all that you had to get that par on 18.
I did not. I went OB on 17 and 18, a little long, so.
And you played the last 3 holes even par, which is exactly what you needed to do. Now that you...
If I would have looked, I would have screwed it all up.
Now that you found out you're playing, what's going through your mind? You have a chance at $40,000 this weekend. There's just 36 more holes and 7 other competitors you have to beat.
Yeah, no change in the plan. The plan was to enjoy my competitors. I basically had a card of my daughters today, 3 other of my favorite girls to play with. And so the whole time is just have fun. So tomorrow's going to be just there's no reason to change anything. I'm very thankful to be here. Made my paycheck 2 days ago. So it's end the year on a high note and just have a good time.
You have a chance to play for $40,000 and a tour title. Tell us how you're feeling.
Really overwhelmed, I think. Honestly, it kind of feels like I already won. I didn't have much hope going into this weekend with the strokes advantage for everyone else, and I knew it would take a really strong fight to get here, and I did, and I'm just so grateful. And throughout the round, I was just praying, and God is so good, and I'm just really happy.
You have your mom right here. She said
Hi, Mom.
You're gonna make her cry too. There's tears flowing everywhere, Stacy. Tell us how nervous this format made you feel just before the reset.
Yeah, honestly, going into this week, I wasn't in a very good headspace with it. I just was you know what, I'm just going to get here. I'm just going to be grateful for the experience, take my money and go home. And then I didn't really think that I'd even get here. And then I started playing. And then I don't know how to not fight for something, for disc golf specifically. And I just fought my butt off. And the stretch going into 18, I've never experienced pressure like that. I was shaking on both my putts, even a 15-footer to finish it out. I had to take probably 15 seconds to just breathe and then look at the basket and putt. I feel like I won. I don't know.
Well, you feel like you won. You're into the finals. You're playing this weekend. What is it going to take down the title now that you've seen how hard this course is playing?
A lot of luck, a lot of trust in myself, a lot of faith in God, and I don't know, maybe I could do it. Maybe I could Nathan Queen it, man. I mean, who knows? If I got this far, anything can happen in these woods.
Nate, she said she's going to have to Nathan Queen it. Well, you know what? If Nathan Queen means hitting every gap and making every putt, that sounds pretty solid to me. Nate, we were just remarking, I remember when Stacy first came on the scene just a few years ago with her little Honda Element, her little trailer that she was pulling behind.
Teardrop.
Not a lot of disc golf experience, came from the ultimate world, and instantly was like, wow, this community is wonderful. I love this place. This is my home. And it hasn't been puppies and rainbows for a player like Stacey Ronsley.
No.
She said that she wants to fight for everything in relation to disc golf, and she's clearly done that. I mean, Nate, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, she's developed so much as a player. I mean, when she was first on tour, it didn't seem like maybe she had what it takes to compete on the DGPT. And you look at this year, she's only missed cash 3 times. She got top 10 at a major. She has definitely developed as a player. She's picked her speed up tremendously. Like, what I love about this tour championship is that it gives someone a chance to rewrite their story, to completely turn their season around. She's cashed for $16,000 this entire year. She could double that this year. She could triple that, you know, if she wins 40K. And there's so many different stories being written within the 8 players that are there. Some players feel like they need to win just to maintain their legacy, of course, Kristen. And then other players are just happy to be here, and that's kind of the attitude that Stacey has. She said it feels already like a win, but like Owen said, it's just enough golf for it to be fair, but not quite enough golf for every shot to not matter. So Stacey has the shots. She has the putt. She's been making a lot of putts over the last couple months. She could win this thing.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, the gratitude, it can take you far, but I really feel like there needs to be a killer instinct that sets in, and she needs to reorient and look for that title.
It's belief. You have to wake up this morning and say, I'm winning that $40,000. It's not enough to just be grateful anymore. After yesterday, fantastic. This morning, you're the champion. And that's hard to sometimes do when you are so shocked that you're here, but anything can happen out here. And like she said, Nathan Queen did it and blew us all away with a phenomenal performance at Hornets Nest. Haley King time, though. Haley King, the local now, she lives just down the road from Nevin Park. I mean, she comes back here frequently during the season. She's not necessarily on the road full time anymore. Plays a lot of tournaments, but always comes back to Charlotte to practice. She shot great yesterday, and I think that's what we were thinking she was going to do in round 1, but she turned on the Jets yesterday.
Yeah, and Haley King is, you know, quite the contrary. She's had enough success in her career that she's not just grateful to be here. Like, no. She has turned her attitude around. Like, she's committed to the game. She has what I think is the best relationship that she's had with competing since I've seen her out here on the tour. Like, she just wants to throw good shots. She's not really comparing herself to other players. She's just really in the moment, and she just wants to throw the best shot. And she's probably the most just raw talent that we have out of the 8 players. You think I'm off with that statement?
No, you're completely correct. And I think that she reminds me of Anthony Barella in that regard. I mean, just unbelievable skill set. But again, when you have that big of a skill set, you get some chooser's paradox. Decision making becomes even more important. What shot is working for you that day? If you can throw 4 or 5 different shots, forehand or backhand, on this particular lie, what do you choose? So Haley just needs to keep it simple out here, and I think she did that yesterday. No problem. So Nate, we also have to talk about Jennifer Allen, who mentioned that she booked her flight early. She didn't even think that she was going to be in this tournament. Talk about Jen Allen and kind of what you picked up interviewing her.
Well, Jen Allen was the shining example of someone that's just grateful to have made it. I mean, to book your flight before the tournament is over, it says a lot about what you think is going to happen. And I can guarantee you Kristen Tatar is not booking her flight for Saturday. Missy Gannon and Owen, they're not booking a flight before the tournament's over. So there's a lack of belief there, but also the skills are there. You know, she could send the T-Birds into position over the next 36 holes and be the champion. And when you're talking to her, I'm like, Jen, don't forget, you won Beaver State Fling. Like, you beat Holland Hanley down the stretch. Like, you played insane. You shot like double digits under par. You aced, you know, the opening hole. Like, she has what it takes. It's almost like she's not care about the 40 grand, and she's not worried about what this means for her legacy. She's like, I've had a great year. This is already a success, but she's always so entertaining to watch, Brian. I mean, probably still one of the fastest throwers. She's a Masters eligible player. She's in her 40s. She's a mother, like a mother to many, according to that interview out on the tour. So what an inspiration Jin is to be one of two Masters eligible players that making this tour championship finale, and it says a little bit about like where disc golf is at. Like, it's not just the young man and the young woman's game. It's a lifetime sport.
Well, and that's the interesting part about playing a course like Nevin. A player like Jen Allen and Owen can easily come out here and shoot so well, and then Allie Smith on the other side of the coin, a fresher player to the game, younger person, comes out here and now she's in the finals and she's blown away and she's so excited. She wins at the course this year that she used to run cross country at in high school when she won the Kansas City Wide Open. Just what a story to go back home and to win a Disc Golf Pro Tour event. Just amazing stuff from Allie Smith, another player that's come a long way. She has the forehand, she has the backhand, she's got the complete skill set, and this is her opportunity to sprint to the finish line and hope that she wins the dice rolls and the coin flips that you have to kind of make out here at Nevin. Nate, what are your thoughts on Allie Smith?
I mean, I like Allie's game. I mean, just 3 single bogeys yesterday, Brian. That ties Kristen from round 1 with just the 3 overstrokes, and playing clean is what it's going to take. And I love Allie's putt. She's kind of got that Andrew Marweed kind of like pitch putt, probably the most exaggerated pitch putt in the division, Brian. But to close this out as we move on from the Great Reset and into the final 36 holes, we heard that Kona Montgomery had a successful surgery. And Kona, we just wanted to give you a shout out, and we're so thankful that to read this great news about your surgery, and we know that your best golf is in front of you. Can't wait to have you back on the tour.
And with that, we are wrapping up Tournament Central. The finals about to begin here at the Tour Championship. We'll see you very soon, folks.
We are the Disc Golf Pro Tour. We exist not just in the throws and the putts, but in the hearts of those who make it possible. We are a story. Behind every disc thrown, there is a team. Professionals bound by respect, care, and a shared passion. We work tirelessly to create disc golf's grandest stages at the world's premier venues. Together with volunteers and fans, we form a community that not only shares the love of disc golf, but enriches lives beyond the game. It's our goal to continually evolve professional rules, benchmarks, and experiences to ensure the highest level of play. Every competition and every throw is an invitation to a world-class experience. This is who we are. This is our story. Welcome to the Disc Golf Pro Tour.
Join the Paul Macbeth Foundation's Builders Club to help bring sustainable disc golf experiences to people and communities around the world. For a small monthly donation, you can help us make a real impact. Your donation will go directly to making a difference. By becoming a monthly subscriber, you'll also receive exclusive updates on our work, special offers, and discounts. So join us today and make a difference with the Paul Macbeth Foundation. Together we can make a big impact, one small donation at a time.